So Louise, what inspired you as a child in the way of reading growing up in Toronto?
I read all the time. I was one of these children who just loved my bedroom and my bed. And the further I got away from the bed, the more uncomfortable I got in life. I still feel that way, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
Even when I didn't have to. So I read voraciously, but I read Charlotte's Web. And I was afraid of spiders when I started Charlotte's Web, and by the end of it, I wasn't. And at that moment, I can remember the exact moment I realized I wanted to be a writer, because I wanted to be part of something so beautiful that words could heal. And I wanted to be part of that.
And certainly Charlotte's Web is part of your latest book.
I know, I got
the
to
brutal
use that.
telling. It was great.
You
waited a long time.
I did for the perfect moment to put in a reference and a homage and a thank you to Charlotte's Web for what E.B. White did for me.
And so what are sources of inspiration today?
Well, I still read the Golden Age mysteries. I'm reading a Maigret now, Georges Simenon, is fabulous. He was writing in France through the 30s and 40s and 50s, hugely prolific. He would write what would be considered today novellas. They were fairly short, but crystalline in their clarity. They're beautiful. Josephine Tay. I also, if I have any advice for writers, whether they want it or not, emerging writers, I always tell people to read poetry. I don't care whether it's, I still read A.A. Milne. I don't care what it is. It could be a greeting card. I happen to love Auden and Margaret Atwood and others, because they managed to get, you talk about crystalline, in 2 sentences what I struggle an entire book to achieve.
Well, and you use little passages in your books, and they slow everything down suddenly. You
not
pause.
to a stop, I hope.
No, not at all. Not, of course not. But there's a wonderful. There's a richness there that I find very interesting. There's a lot of talk about this as the new golden age for mysteries. Do you buy into that? Do you think that's true?
I think it's true. I think what's so exciting, so thrilling about mysteries is that I think people are beginning to realize that I think the mystery genre is a marketing tool, and that mysteries are literary fiction. And they're poetry, and they're all that there's no need to segregate mystery from everything else. They're science fiction, they're romance, they're literary, they're breaking out all over the place as fabulous writers turn to, and there are fabulous writers who are turning to writing mysteries, because mysteries are, as I said, the best mystery fictions aren't about torturing children.
Right. They're called cozies. I think that's
I know. Go and figure that one out. I know. I still can't figure. I don't know why that is, and yet they are. They're comforting. I have a wonderful friend, Mary Jane Maffini, who's a great Canadian mystery writer, and she said, someone asked her, "Who reads your books?" and her answer was, "Intelligent women with colds."
Louise Penny, thank you so much.
Thank you, Fran.